On or about September 1923, I secured employment at the Radium Dial Company of Ottawa, Illinois. We were trained in the regular technique of applying radium paint to clock dials, taught to keep the brushes pointed by placing them between the lips. I worked there for about 8 months, then returned home to be a housewife. Up until 1929, I had been in perfect health. In 1929, I began to feel ill. I staggered when I walked, needed help with stairs. I was placed in the hospital and treated for 3 weeks. I never became normal during that year. I had pains in back and abdomen throughout the fall of 1929. In January 1930, doctors performed an extensive abdominal operation. A tumor was removed. 3 days later, my head became swollen to twice its normal size. Incisions were made between each ear for drainage. My eyes became infected. One side of my face was paralyzed. In December 1931, I was bedridden with a persistent uterine hemorrhage. A procedure of the womb was performed. I returned home again in poor health. In June 1932, another tumor was removed, and again, a procedure of the womb performed. In 1932, a hemorrhage began again. The doctor said I must have been pregnant. I knew then it was not so, because nothing had been done to cause me to be pregnant. By 1933, the hemorrhaging persisted. Another doctor told me it might be fatal to operate. He succeeded in reducing the hemorrhage long enough to examine me, but it returned and lasted 87 days. I was rushed to Ryburn Hospital and given a course of X-ray treatments. Later, I was completely sterilized with X-ray and radium rays. After recalling the perplexities of the doctors and their statement that I belonged to a class of women of which the medical profession does not know the reason for their illnesses, I then began to become of the firm opinion that my illness was due to radium poisoning.